Hello and welcome back. I've just got back from my run and I wanted to update just so that the message that I think I sent out, or I believe I sent out to you about fear, there may be one or two questions that you may have about it. Now, within us we have an inbuilt mechanism. I'm trying to multitask here and do my stretching while I'm warmed. This inbuilt mechanism that when we hear certain noises, or if we have an intuition about something, that our body naturally produces glucocorticoids, which are actually stress hormones. Things like cortisol will be one of them. But the thing is, with that then comes movement. In other words, we would have that fear in that moment and then we would move quickly. We would move very quickly from the vicinity. And so those fear kind of, I don't suppose they're beliefs, but perceptions, obviously your body or yourself will act accordingly. The fear I'm talking about is the stuff that you produce from what you have conditioned or been programmed in the past by your parents, your peers, your teachers, your pedagogical figureheads and so on. Those types of fear will not serve you. I'll give you an example. I've just come back off this run and I go at a lower intensity so I can breathe through my nose because it's about -4 degrees out there, and so I don't push myself. And then I do an assault course where I do some lifts, push-ups, dips and all functional type movements. Now, initially when I was going on there, what fear could do is it could say, well, the roads are icy out there, I could fall and I could injure myself, I could really harm myself. Well, notice that by thinking that, it hasn't occurred because I'm still here, but that's going to stop me from creating those pleasurable moments of going outside and actually then experiencing the freedom, which is part of the masculine. Yeah, but also the masculine part of me likes the challenge, another masculine thing. The feminine is more to do with praise. Again, listen to my recording on masculine and feminine for more information. So for me, I like that challenge. And but then when there was this road I was running down and it literally was icy and I literally skidded from the top all the way down. But I enjoy that. The little child comes out. Remember, we are children. We just carry the persona or the attire of an adult. So that was that. And then when I got to the climbing frame, my mind was thinking, but if I stand on top of this raised area to do my single leg squats, I could fall and hurt myself. Notice the fear I'm creating. And so that would then perhaps stop me. Now don't get me wrong, there may be times when that chattering monkey, that ego, fear comes up. I mean, it is my belief that the reason we have the ego is to protect us. Because if we didn't have it, we'd probably die. Because we walk along to the edge of a building and go, oh, I wonder what it's like to jump off and then go and kill ourselves. So the ego is there for a reason. I'm sweating. So my message is this: just be conscious of where the fear is coming from and what it actually means. Because if it's something like a hissing sound from a snake or something, or perhaps you hear, you know, some approach or something from someone who could be quite threatening, then obviously you might want to act on that. But it was followed by movement. Most of us are actually sitting there feeling fearful, for those that do, and we're stressing the crap out ourselves, but we're not moving. And of course, with those glucocorticoids, with those stress hormones, epinephrine, norepinephrine and all the rest of them, it was usually followed by movement, but then our body has to get rid of it or remove it from our body, and that causes a lot of stress to us, as in biochemical stress. So just be aware of that. So fear in itself, if it is an innate thing from sensing something, definite danger, or expected danger, then you may want to listen to that. But the fear of what people will think of you, what people will, you know, say about you and all the rest of it, that kind of fear is just crap. Yeah, it's just not serving you whatsoever, and it will stop you perhaps from creating those pleasurable moments. And for me, I just found it interesting, since I'd done that recording on fear, just as an addendum or additional thing to talk about, was the fear that was coming up in my mind with certain things about me falling and hurting myself and not being able to do that and all the rest of it. And of course I was consciously able to consider it and say, well, there are always consequences to our actions, but I'm prepared to do the single leg squats. And if I did fall, and I thought, well, I can alter it and I could fall one way. So at least I put something in place. And likewise, I was on the frame and I thought, well, as it's cold, we pull it upside down. If this breaks, I could fall and break my neck. Well, I could do that, but again, why am I thinking that's creative? I can't stop my thoughts, but if by doing investigative thinking I could think, okay, well, what can I put in place that will prevent myself from doing that? Directing this, yeah, rather than it allowing to take me out at the first hurdle. Hopefully that makes sense. Please create yourself a great day, and as part of one of the habits that I say of the forefather wisdom is doing creative movement daily. And I don't always go for a run, but usually once every 3 days I will certainly do some creative movement, usually in the way of resistance training. But that's again is a part about me. You find what serves you. Thank you for listening. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye for now.